Hey guys, and welcome to today's video where today I am watching some more TikToks. Now this time I also wanted to look at crested gecko ones because previously I've mainly looked at leopard gecko ones, but we will look at some new leopard gecko ones. Today though I am joined with Drogo. Now Drogo is a mossy prehensile-tailed gecko, also known as a chihuahua. And he's usually quite fast, but I've got him just at the moment where he's resting, but I'm sure he will shoot off at any point. Now before we start looking at the videos, I do just want to say that I don't do this to sort of shame anyone or send hate to anyone. Really, I just want to highlight some things you might see on TikTok and you might think, oh, that's a good idea, when in reality it's not. So without further ado, let's look up crested geckos. Crested gecko.
Feeding my crested gecko, jelly edition. Before anyone comes at me, yes, these are especially for geckos. This is Blue. We named him after the raptor from Jurassic World. And he is also... He's fine, don't worry. But as I was saying, he is a little bit special. His back legs don't really work. They had to give him gecko steroids from the vets. And he also dropped his tail, which is quite common in the crested gecko species. And does not only occur under stress. Okay, we're about to feed the jelly.
Okay, so firstly, did that gecko to you look like it had a little dip in its back? I'm not sure. Hopefully it hasn't had an MBD or anything, but obviously they said it had steroids for the back of its leg, so maybe it had something before she got it. I mean, overall it looks like a nice gecko, looks like she's doing well. The only thing is, and this is something that not everyone knows, because they are marketed to geckos, is those jelly pots are useless. I used to have them, like I used to try them back when I had my first crested gecko, and it would be something you would just put in the tank for them to lick, but I believe they're like 97% RO water. There's no nutritional value in them. They're a bit of a gimmick. So this isn't the worst thing, but I figured it's a good time to highlight, when you see those jelly pots, you're wasting your money. Gecko sneezing.
So you're telling me you've never seen a gecko sneeze?
Oh.
Now you have.
Okay, that's kind of random. The only time I've ever seen one of my geckos do something like that is when, you know, when you spray down the tank and they've got a little bit of water probably went in their nose and they're shooting it out. If your gecko's constantly doing that, seems, you know, involuntary, very frequent, I'd see a vet just in case you have a respiratory issue there, but that isn't the most normal thing, but okay. I didn't see anything coming out of it, so that's something. Get a crested gecko, they said. It will be fun, they said. Oh no. We have all been there. There was a poop. This is a male crested gecko, as you can see by the bulges, but
Boy juices.
oh, okay, that was not poop. Oh no. Oh, wow. Right, so what I'm thinking here, for that gecko to act like that, for it to splooge on her hand and bite her, I wonder if she's held a female crested gecko before holding him and he can smell the female. Cause
Boy juices.
yeah, that's interesting. Right, as a new dog owner myself, I would never get my geckos out in front of a dog or a cat. I don't care how much I trust that dog and cat. Do you know how easy that dog could do, just open its mouth and damage that gecko? But I would never risk that. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. Ooh, this looks like a crested gecko hatching. Do you want to watch it? Oh my goodness. Like, I'm pretty sure you're meant to leave the geckos to like hatch out themselves. They'll be able to do it, but you know, it's cute. What is this?
It is dinner time with Feeding the Favorite.
Oh my god. Do you know what? I only have to feed Drogo and Lyra. So
Freak's favorite parts.
it is weirdly satisfying. I don't know what it is about that. That is weirdly satisfying. Wait, what? Crested geckos need live food, need a lifespan 5 to 8 years? This is not factual. Let's see. Maybe she's saying that's wrong. Okay, so Firstly, yeah, they don't only live 5 to 8 years. I don't know where that information's from. They can actually live 20 years or more. A light is good. Like a light, if you have an LED that won't emit a lot of heat, that helps with day-night cycle, excellent. Live food, I found crested geckos will eat more as they're growing, and then they sort of taper off as they get older, but Lyra will definitely sometimes eat live food. But biggest one there, if you're going to buy a crested gecko and you think they live only 5 to 8 years, you are going to be in for a shock. Okay, this one, right, I don't want to be mean about anyone's setup, but if this is a setup for a crested gecko, this is going to be sad. The jump is immaculate, I'm going to give it that. But this setup is sad. There is one bit of cork and one ledge, and there's a red light. Okay, crested geckos need places to hide, and they will probably hide behind that piece of cork, but, you know, offer things high up. Check out my tank reviews, or just my crested gecko setups. This is a really sad setup. I'm hoping it's just temporary, but yeah. Now I'm going to look at leopard geckos, and I've done it so it's ones that have been uploaded in the last month, so I don't accidentally watch ones I have seen before. Drogo's doing so well. He has literally just sat on me. This is really strange. Okay, this one looks cute. Oh, a little baby. Oh my god, look at all the babies. Oh my goodness. Is this some night vision?
It's the final brain cell.
Oh, there. Oh, there. Yeah, make sure your decor is, you know, not going to roll over. Whenever I use slate or rock, I always check so many times before I move my geckos in that it's completely secure, because although a bit of cork isn't bad, isn't going to really damage your gecko too much, if that was anything heavier, it could have been squished. What is this?
Tonight we came home to a box on our porch. It's 25 degrees outside, and it had holes punched into it. At this very moment, I had no idea what we would find. This was one of the saddest things ever.
Oh my god! Jamie! Oh no!
In the box was a leopard gecko, some small animal bedding, a note, and his dried mealworms. The note says, "I know you have reptiles. Please take care of my baby leopard gecko for me. I didn't know where else to leave it, and I hope you aren't scared by it. I also hope it doesn't die as I'm leaving it outside. Please find it a home, and thank you for what you do for these pets. Good luck. It hasn't eaten in over a month. I can't afford it. Thanks." So now we start a whole new journey with this leopard gecko who was abandoned on our porch. Tonight we...
Oh my goodness, well, how it survived that, you know, reptiles, they can deal with a lot. Okay, so this one's called UVB for leopard geckos.
So I've come to a decision with my leopard gecko Delilah. So I've read lots of sources saying that UVB can be very beneficial for leopard geckos, even them being mainly nocturnal. And so I bought a UVB made for species like her. They're shade dwellers. However, when I put it in, I noticed that she was a lot less active. She was mainly hiding. She barely came out. She didn't come out nearly as much as she used to. And about a week ago, she went on a hunger strike, and I could not get her to eat. Yesterday, I turned off her UVB just for one day.
Okay, so the music's getting louder, I don't mean copyright strike. So I'm gonna guess that she's, you know, not going to give her gecko UVB because it's done this. I totally get where she's coming from, but the thing is, because they're being exposed to UVB, they, you know, now they have to hide a little bit and expose maybe a bit of foot, a bit of tail, sometimes nothing at all. But the good thing is they can self-regulate. So when you use synthetic D-free, there's a chance you could oversupply it, which can be dangerous. It's a fat-soluble vitamin, so it gets stored, can get stored around the organs, can be very dangerous. And so with the UV, it allows them to regulate it themselves, and you know, if it's going to be basking straight underneath it, it's going to take a lot in, so it is normal that it might hide away, and I would say allow your gecko to settle in. Some days I'll see my geckos fully exposing themselves to the UV, sometimes just a little bit, sometimes I won't see them all day because they're hiding from it. Completely up to her. If she doesn't want to use it, that's absolutely fine, but give it time. There are definitely benefits to using it. And let's just end on a cute one, I think. there you go. That's just a little cute one to end on. So I hope you've enjoyed this TikTok reacts. We've seen a few more different things in this one, and hopefully it's been educational. Drogo has been so well behaved. He's usually so active and running around, but I think he's just warming up on my hand really. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, but thank you and goodbye.